And we've just sent the kids back to school, and that means children being in close quarters with each other and sharing germs. And to tell us about the importance of beginning the school year in top physical form with regular exams, we welcome in Dr. Timothy Quinn of Quinn Healthcare. Welcome back to the show, Doctor.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
All right, you're kind of running us through a checklist of how to keep our kids healthy, especially as they head back to class. What do we need to be cognizant of?
Well, the thing I wanted to address is the fact that, I'm getting a lot of kids to come in for football, band, different activity, physicals, but then there are those kids that are not required to get a physical, and it's really a good idea for all the children to get a physical exam before school starts.
I guess what kind of things are at the top of that checklist for a physical that they need to be aware of?
The deal is we check for a lot of things. We check the child's vision, hearing, we check for diabetes, anemia, cholesterol, just all the things that we check for in adults, but it's so important because with our children, sometimes if it's not mandatory by the school, we forget about it.
All right, and you kind of, obviously there's health benefits to that, but it actually helps in the classroom. How
Most
so?
definitely. Like I had one child that came in with a rash, and I convinced the dad to go ahead and do the physical because we're encouraged by the insurance companies. Okay. Well, it turned out the child failed the vision test, so we referred the child to get eyeglasses, and the child's grades just shot up. It turns out the child couldn't really see the blackboard, but because it's so gradual, he didn't articulate that, and it was not discovered.
Wow. Okay, so that's a benefit right there, obviously.
Yeah.
How often are they supposed to get an exam, kind of like you say?
Well, it's a good idea to, for children that have no problems to go at least once a year, just like adults. But as I said, a lot of times children are forgotten. And then there are some children that might have ADHD. We screen for that as well. And for another child, we got him with a counselor, and that child's grades got better once the ADHD was, diagnosed and treated.
Now, for are parents allowed to attend these physicals, with their children, and if so, what kind of questions do they need to be armed with?
Well, the most important thing is for parents to be prepared. If they notice little things about their children that they're concerned about, write it down and bring your list with you to the doctor so those things can be addressed during the physical. But parents are encouraged to come in for the physical exams.
Okay, so they can be present and kind of make sure everything's going well there. Okay, I guess, what in a nutshell, what are some good health lessons to carry away through with us, as we begin school?
Well, one thing, that I really, enforce is parents to try to cook healthy meals and, make sure children get good sleep, because a lot of kids may perform poorly in school because they don't get enough sleep at night. Yeah. Cut the television off and, in the healthy meal issue, because a lot of children now are overweight, and we're seeing a lot of kids with diabetes and hypertension at an early age now.
And is there a carryover, I guess, the way the diet is and the effect on maybe the attitude in the classroom or behavior in the classroom? Yeah,
well, if a child is not getting proper nutrition and proper sleep, he's not going to perform as well as opposed to someone that's getting these things at home. So it's very important. But the most important thing I want everybody to remember is, bring your child in to get the physical, because there could be things going on with the child that aren't diagnosed, like problems with their vision, problems with their hearing, or they can even have diabetes or high blood pressure, and in most cases early on they don't have any symptoms, or maybe the symptoms are so subtle the child can't articulate it.
Great tips there. Thanks again, Dr. Quinn.